What is going on, everyone? We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are. Alright, so, super excited. Following a reverse drop this Friday of last week.
I know. We're super late.
Due to the... We don't record on weekends, and due to the... holiday.
Yeah. Extended weekend.
Yeah.
So, therefore, also, don't record on weekends.
And alcohol recovery. We're here. We're here, though.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited for this. This is Voices in My Head. I've actually heard pretty much all good things about this.
I've mostly avoided social media, but what I have heard has been fabulous. So, congratulations, Ronnie. I did see that it was trending super high. That was one thing that I did see. Not surprised. Not surprised. I mean, he deserves it.
Bald Ronnie's scaring me a little.
I think it's supposed to. It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
It's
Don't
kinda,
do it, but it's a vibe.
Kind of Moby-ish, but we'll roll with it.
True.
Super excited for this, though. Let me make sure it's not going to do that weird shit where it's like, yeah, see? Auto 360? No, we don't want auto. Just hang out. Just hang out. All right. So, we're going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If not, click the link in the description below. Hopping over to all the things coming back to that because we're commentary, reaction, breakdown, comedy channel. What that means we will pause for any and or all of the above. With that being said, it's time to slash it up, break it down. This is Falling in Reverse. Voices in My Head.
The voices in my head keep on telling me to pray, cause I'm spinning like a carousel, circling the train. Hit the bottom of the bottle, I don't wanna feel the pain, but that is all I got for now. I don't wanna talk about the voices in my head keep on begging me to stay. If I pull the trigger now, then the demons go away. And I know my time is coming, so there ain't no time to waste. So that is all I got for now. I don't wanna talk about the voices in my head keep telling me to choose a side. It's heaven or hell, like it's do or die. I'm a sad boy, you know better. Please don't make this last forever. The voices in my head keep telling me I'm not okay. It's feeling like a hurricane in my brain. Hard clouds, hard times, bad weather. Please don't make this last forever.
Woo!
Did we get some John Wick there and some... I mean, okay. So he's introduced us to what, 4? Right there?
I don't know. Something like that.
Not what my voices tell me, Ronnie. I'm just going to point that out. My voices are all sort of dark and cynical. Maybe I've picked a side. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, and that's what this is about. He's like, make a choice.
Yeah, well, the voices in his head are telling him heaven or hell. And I'm saying that because my voices do not sound like this, although I do have multiples, they're all sort of around the same in terms of cynicism and... You know.
All of my voices sound like 90s cartoon characters.
Well, I mean, that's probably a medical problem, and we need to get you some help.
Probably.
Yeah, the rest of this is normal, by the way. This is normal. That's not. Yeah.
A lot of Beavis and Butthead, too. I'm just,
Absolutely not normal.
Shit. You ever play frog baseball? Didn't think so.
Please don't make this last forever. The voices in my head keep on telling me I'm gonna. And I don't wanna talk about the drama. They're telling me I'm fine, but we both know that's a fucking lie. I'm losing my mind, but I don't wanna talk about it. Voices in my head keep giving me the worst advice. Kamikaze crash like a suicide. I'm a lost boy, you know better. Please don't make this last forever. The voices in my head keep telling me that I'm insane, and maybe I'm a little bit that won't change. Hard clouds, hard times, bad weather. Please don't make this last forever. The voices in my head keep on telling me I'm gonna. And I don't wanna talk about the drama. They're telling me I'm fine, but we both know that's a fucking lie. I'm losing my mind, but I don't wanna talk about it.
Bam!
Okay. So they all seem relatively preoccupied with the end of his life and when it's going to happen. And most of them seem to be under the impression that it's going to be happening pretty quickly.
Right.
Now, I'm not that concerned, for me personally. But in no way is this meant to be insulting or anything. It sounds like my dad to me, because he is the person in my life who is consistently and has consistently my entire life been worried about his health to an extent that is concerning in and of itself. Like it's worrisome how worried he gets over his health, if that makes sense. And he's not like your classic hypochondriac, because he doesn't just like go to the hospital and make up situations and just out of fear for, you know, his impending doom, but he will take any small...
He's just getting older.
No, like I said, this has been his whole life, though. But he'll take any small thing and blow it out of proportion when it comes to his health.
Now, we've said it many times. Her and I both have the same mentality. Like, we're not worried about death. Death's inevitable. Death's going to happen. But death is something a lot of people think about. It's a lot. It's people are afraid of it, and I don't think it's the death itself that people are afraid of. I think it's more what happens after.
I think it's a mixture. I think it's a mixture of like what kind of death they're going to have, what kind of legacy they're going to leave, or unfinished business, I suppose, and then what happens afterwards.
But I think so many people focus more on trying to stay alive as long as possible instead of focusing on just living.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people get to the point where they worry so much about how they're going to die, they're afraid to just enjoy life while they're here.
However, if you get stuck in this mind cycle, you know, and it's not a lot of people don't choose to overthink this kind of thing. You know, it becomes almost, it's a spiraling problem is what it is. So it would be rather hard to enjoy life if you're stuck. And I'm not saying that you can't enjoy life. It would just, you wouldn't be able to be in the moment all moments. Yeah. You know? I
think about dying a lot.
I really don't.
But I don't worry about it. It's one of the things like, you know what, one day I'm just going to, like, especially like now that I'm almost 40. Well, yeah, almost 40.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I'm probably not going to live the same amount of years I've already lived further.
Right. I think mine is, I went the complete opposite way of most people that I know, by the way. Getting an autoimmune disorder at such a young age. I am almost 40. He's a little younger than I am. I've been to doctors my entire life, and I actually try and downplay stuff more because I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of repeating myself, especially if I know this doctor doesn't listen anyway, and my insurance will only let me see X, Y, and Z doctors, yada, yada. It's just kind of habit after 30 years of doing this crap. But I also went through periods of time where I did obsess about my health and food and, you know, not smoking and blah, being hydrated versus it. And it never made me feel better. And I'm sure to all the people out there that are like, but it was doing something for you. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was long term. But here's the thing, like, I want to enjoy my life now. Now, am I condoning going out there and doing a whole bunch of foolish stuff in terms of your health? No. But drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, those are my two kind of vices. And I was like, you know, it is what it is. It's a choice. It is. But I'm not that concerned about.
Well, what I was going to say was I think about it often, but it's usually right before I go to sleep. And it's fleeting.
Okay, I was going to say that's like not the best time to think about it.
No, it's usually one day this is going to be permanent. And I'm gone.
That's about accurate as to how you fall asleep too. Now, in terms of musically, I really like how he's doing this because it's a vibe, and then it's a build up, and then it's not quite the chorus yet, but he gets harsher with some of the voices that he's acting out. I like how all of them are sort of taking the next one out, as it were. Right. It's just a whole series of self-annihilation, you know, which honestly is a lot of what the voices in your head kind of do. You kind of beat yourself down over something, whether you're worrying excessively over something or you're beating yourself up over something. You're self-annihilating. So interesting in terms of the movie context with it.
Voices in my head keep on telling me I'm cursed. I'm paranoid, I don't wanna make it any worse. We're all gonna die, but first things first, I'm gonna take the world with me when they put me in the dirt. The voices in my head keep on telling me I'm cursed. I'm paranoid, I don't wanna make it any worse. We're all gonna die, but first things first, I'm gonna take the world with me when they put me in the dirt. Move!
Like how it turned into elevator music.
Did he make a choice? Now, I will say, I think it's genius, just how he started and finished this in the prison, in the cage, and then it's the third eye chakra opening to show inside of his mind, and then we end in the cage, which, you know, is symbolism for being trapped inside your own brain, and then I think that's genius. And that guttural voiced Ronnie. Loved that whole chant mantra, you know, that went along with the Matrix-like moves, and that was great.
So, I'm going to say this, and there's going to be somebody that's going to be mad. I typically don't pay too much attention to music videos. As a whole. I'm usually more taking in what's being said,
I'm definitely concentrating on lyrics.
How it's being said, so forth and so on. Now, with that being said, though, when it comes to Falling in Reverse, they always put together such amazing videos, and they're so cinematic. They always
go along with it, too.
Again, the very first song I ever heard from them, Popular Monster, which you had me watch.
Right. My introduction present to you, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Again, just a very cinematic feel with like turning into a monster.
Such an underworld vibe, yeah.
It was dope, and every video since then has had almost that same
horror movie,
dark
grit vibe, yeah.
And I love it. I fucking love it.
Which is why I knew you'd like it. The other thing that he lines up so perfectly is the gunshots to his riffs or the bass that's playing. It's amazing. Popular Monster is another one that has a scene very much like that. And he lines it up perfectly. Intentionally. You know.
Right. And again, Ronnie's singing's top notch. I've said this once, I'll say it again. Ronnie has the, in my opinion, best voice in rock music. Period.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's very close to my top. I tend not to do lists, guys, because I definitely have favorites per mood I'm in. Ronnie's voice is on, he's on all of my playlists because I also listened to him a decade ago. So I have the originals, I have more original stuff that hasn't been remade, reimagined, however, and then all this new stuff that's definitely the music videos are it's so amazing for. His build-ups are amazing. His flow switches are amazing. He always uses so many different techniques throughout the entire track that it keeps your interest. And it also shows how diverse he is.
Right.
And I really like that he is so capable with that kind of stuff in general, that when you bring it into a track like this, where there's multiples of him, but each one has a slightly different tone to it, he is able to voice all those different voices and make it cohesive. I really enjoyed that guttural, almost demonic, sort of just like it looked like he was in the basement almost, and then came back up to the real world to even go back into the jail cell. So that was like the deepest recesses of his mind, was just like this Matrix fight scene type thing. Even without taking or researching what he says that this was specifically written about, I think that unlike a lot of other songs, not necessarily Falling in Reverse, but just other songs in general about mental health, I like that this one's very relatable. I like that it wouldn't matter to me what he specifically says this was written about from his perspective, because I can relate to it from my perspective. And I think a lot of other people can too. So,
right.
Great track.
All right, if you guys liked the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below what did you think of Falling in Reverse with Voices in My Head. Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys like to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push your buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
We love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you to pray people later.